Alright, this is the attempt right here.
I believe.
Wouldn't it have been really funny? Wouldn't it have been really fucking funny if I just did?
I was actually about to say.
Whoops. Yeah, by the way, this is like one of the most consistent levels ever. Alright, so for those of you who don't know, there's this streamer. Yeah? Okay? And she's gonna be going for this level. You know, A on Air? Yeah, we're gonna be doing one of those. We're gonna be doing one of those videos today. So first thing we wanna do, right? Exit out of this. We don't want this screen just yet. We're not ready for that. We're gonna search up Supersonic Start Pause. I use this one just cause, you know, it has start positions and they work. This last ship is hard. It's one of the harder parts of the level, unironically. I'd recommend like trying to get consistent with duel to 100. I'd recommend trying to get as consistent with that run as possible. Because when you struggle with the duel and stuff after the duel, attempts on this level become so like long, and it's like low-key one of the biggest drags that I have about it. So the hard part about this part, right, is that portal right there. Cause it's like, cause you have to like, I start dropping down around that like middle saw there, and then do like a light tap as soon as you get in the portal, and that's it. Cause you don't want to be too high, otherwise you're gonna do that. For the next part, we have to get through here. This part is fucking like terrifying. So what I like to do, when you hit that platform, wait a bit, and then jump. So wait, jump through the portal, hit that blue orb. Once we have that, we're ready for this. This fucking nightmare of a string of inputs. Now be careful, because when you hit that pink orb, if you hit it too early, even the slightest bit, you will hit the yellow orb. And that's not what you want. Because if you hit the yellow orb, you die. So hit those two. And then buffer that jump. And then these two orbs, these three orbs in the portals are what make this part so difficult. Because when you're going fast, it's really easy to hit one of them too early. Or particularly with the last one, just straight up miss it altogether. That's really easy to do. That's really easy to do. That's really easy to do. So the trick with these three inputs, I know I'm like dragging this out. Late, buffer. You can buffer that last one. So don't forget to do that. Don't be like me and try to time it. Late, buffer. Okay? Jump, yellow, third blue, jump, last one. Make sure you do not forget which of these orbs to hit. Okay? So now that we have this part down, this is what it's gonna look like. Except not dying there, because we're not gonna die there. Right? Right. Now it's time for the part that is way scary. It looks way scarier than it is. This part, Viperin, it's pure memory. That's it. My biggest tip for learning the Viperin ball, yeah, listen to the clicks, watch the path, start learning it with hitboxes, try to do it with hitboxes a couple times, and then when you feel a little more confident with the part, you can try turning them off or turning them to like a lower opacity or something. It's just a lot of 1-2s. I'll do it with hitboxes too, so that you can see. Oh no, she's playing with hitboxes on. She's a cheater. Oh my god, no way. We go back to Zenthic's Wave. You will have zero problems with this part because the gaps are wider than 9 circles. So just practice it. And then we get to G-Boy. Now G-Boy is a bit of an interesting case because the transition into it is what a lot of people considered to make it difficult. Like if you're gonna practice this part, do it from the duel. With the UFO, it's like super easy because you have like 2 massive visual cues like right where you need to click. Are those gravity portals? So you only have to learn the actual timings of 2 inputs in this part. Portal, 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 1, 2. You have to like wait a single frame. Okay, let me see if I can explain what my visual cues for the other 2 clicks are. Portal. Once you get to the saw, and then once you get to the bottom of that, that little gap there. Let's start with the actual learning part. So, this red pillar. That's where your first click. That's where your clicks off of those platforms are going to be. Is on the ladder red pillars. Buffer, and then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Do that second set of blue orbs like way earlier than you think you'd have to. Because if you do it too late, yeah, that can happen. Okay, we're gonna go back into practice mode, and we're gonna go into speed hack, and we're gonna isolate this part. Okay, this is what a lot of people consider to be the hardest part. I disagree. Now there's 2 ways that you can do this. You can do this route where you send both balls to the bottom, or you can do what is, in my opinion, the more consistent route and also the intended route. You kind of like circle the saw with the ball. It really just depends on which input you're more comfortable with hitting late, between this blue orb and then the yellow orb. So just kind of like scope that out. Try out both the routes. See which one you want to do. And then practice it religiously. And then we have the funny transition. What I generally do, I do 1 click as soon as I hit the portal. And then I wait a bit. I do a second click. That leads me into the gravity portal, okay? Hold a bit. I generally don't hit that floor just because it makes me think that I can just like coast down to the portal, but you can't do that. Oh, 1, 2, hold, let go, 1, 1, 1. It looks like you would need like way more inputs for that, but you really don't. The last thing you want to do is do too many inputs and lose your control of your ship. I know this duel and this ship are taking up a lot of this video's runtime, but like, trust me, it's important to have these parts down. All right, next, the easy duel. I know it looks very intimidating, but like, it's really one of the most consistent parts of the level. It's a lot of holding. Trust me, literally every click in that cube duel is either a buffer or a hold. In case you don't know, buffering inputs is when you click on the first possible frame. Anyway, back to the video. So, you know, I think you hit every orb here, actually. Except that one, and that one. You missed 2 orbs. Other than that, they're all buffers, and then you hold the rest of the part. Alright, so now we get to what I consider to be the hardest part. But before we can get here, we have to learn the transition into the duel. So what I find to be the best to do here to get into this duel, try to aim for the middle-ish of the portal. I generally do 2 clicks, and that like just kind of coasts me into like the perfect spot. You want to like aim for like just under the middle of the portal. Again, once you learn the duel, practice from the transition. The transition is the hard part. This is an old level. They didn't know how to make transitions good back then. So just practice it and it'll work out. You'll be fine. Next part, this. Now this, it's just wave skill. But this ship part, right? The best way that I've found to do it is to get into it, right? Get into the portal, do a small little click to straighten yourself out, and then hold. Because you don't want to hold from the portal, right? Because then obvious things are going to happen. You're going to die. But somehow, just doing a little tiny click, not before you hit the portal, but after, makes it so you can do that. Also, don't click a whole lot on that that down slope. It makes you think that you have to like be a lot more straight than you do. It's not a very steep slope and it's pretty long. This whole ship part is 7 clicks. Okay. This part, very straightforward. You just kind of like fly through here. Do this jump super late. Do this jump on top of the spike, basically. You're going to be really good at ship control after this level. This is a great level for a kata ladder. Oh, and don't buffer that, by the way. I should probably mention that. It low-key looks like you can buffer it sometimes. You cannot. Okay? Oh, wow. We're not going here just yet. Okay, so this wave... it's just a click pattern. The slope is pretty self-explanatory. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2 down, 1, 2 up. 1, 2. On the first 1, 2, you go down. On the second 1, 2, you go up. Okay? We're going to go back to the ball. And look, we're already at 20% from going backward. We've learned 30% of the level already. Okay. Now this ball has a couple finicky clicks. So I'm going to tell you about those right now. So you just hit that. Hit those two. Hit that one late. Really late. Okay? These two, you just kind of like... You hit them pretty fast. This one you hit really late. Okay? Same with this one. A lot of these orbs in the middle of the part, you're going to want to hit like as close to the middle of the orb as possible. Middle, 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 middle. 1, 2, 1, 2. That's not a 1, 2, 3, 4. Do not learn that as a 1, 2, 3, 4. It is not going to work for you. It is a 1, 2, 1, 2. Because that spike is bigger, there's a bigger gap to cross. So doing a consistent 1, 2, 3, 4 is not going to work. I don't think I showed what the duels will sound like, so I'll show those here as well. Okay. This level is consistent. It's really consistent. You're gonna be totally fine. This part is gonna be the first like actual tricky part, but with a click pattern, it's consistent. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. The 2 gravity portals in the middle of the part are buffer clicks, by the way. This first 1, 2 is like really fast, by the way. 1, 2. But that 1, 2, that's like way faster than the others, is where I die a lot when I die there. Just because I suck at like high CPS. Okay, next. This wave. Now this wave looks way more intimidating when you first see it than it actually is. When you actually like look at it for what it is, the gaps are like super open. There's only 1 fake, even though it looks like there's like 2. And the flashing lights make it look a lot harder. The spam parts, most of them you can just kind of like click a lot. Except for this last one. At least for me, I find it way more consistent for the UFO transition to have a click pattern for that last spam section. 1, 2, 3. That 3 is a buffer into the UFO portal, by the way. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Click patterns. Okay, once you have that, the part's not that difficult. Just remember, up, down. Okay? Cool. Awesome. Next! This ship part. It's just a lot of gravity shenanigans. You play from 0 enough, it'll get consistent. I'm telling you, this level is gonna make you like so much better at ship. This level's consistent, by the way. But yeah, as I was saying, this part is just gonna be, you practice it, you play it enough, it gets consistent. You get better at ship, you get better at the level, you get better at the game. And then bam, new hardest. Okay. Now that we learned the whole level, now we can go to Supersonic, the actual level, and start grinding from 0. This level is consistent, by the way. Have I mentioned that? Alright, I think that's gonna do it for this video. I know it's a long one. I know it's like dragged out, low key. But you know, there's a lot to talk about with this level. Good luck, Michelle. I know you can do it. I feel like you'd be surprised at the things that you can do in this game with just a little bit of practice. Good luck to anyone going for this level. I hope you enjoy it. I'll link Michelle's Twitch in the description so that y'all can see her journey to beat this level. Good luck, Michelle. Bye bye. 66 again.
Time to raid. Time to raid.
Bye bye, chat.
This guy's been streaming for 3 hours. You know who else has been streaming for 3 hours?
Are you sure?
No. I've been streaming for like 8 minutes less than him. Right, raid. I think. How does that work? Okay. End stream, thank you.
I did it.
Oh, you did.